A reworked zone, a new gearing system, and mounts. Rise of the Angry Earth? Here's what's new. Now, this lady has
taken over First Light
and turned it into the Elysian Wilds. There's a new main story quest that will lead you through the new zone, a new weapon, the flail, that scales with strength and focus, a new dungeon with a new heart rune, a bunch of new enemies, some new resources, and 2 new elite chest runs you can do. The level cap has been increased to 65, gear score to 700, and all of the trade skills to 250. There's a new tier of resources you can collect, a new tier of refined resources you can craft, a new tier of buff food, and a bunch of other things you unlock by increasing your trade skills. Both the expertise and the umbral system are gone. Instead, the gear score of an item will be defined by the level of content you are doing. So the higher the level of the mob you're killing, the higher the range of gear score it can drop. Named items that will drop post-expansion can be upgraded to gear score 700 at a gypsum kiln. And a new feature of these items is that you can pick the third perk yourself depending on which craft mod you use while upgrading.
You want to talk about artifacts?
Artifacts always drop at gear score 700. They are especially powerful and have unique perks on them. You can get them from mutations, the PvP reward track, some open world bosses, corruption breaches, and the free season pass.
We have horses, we have direwolves, and we have lions.
Yes, mounts are finally here, and they're actually pretty good. At level 25, you can do a short quest line to unlock your first mount and the riding trade skill. To increase that trade skill, you can do these checkpoint races, or you can feed your mount with special food you can craft. As you increase your riding level, your mount gets faster and you'll start unlocking various equipment slots. The next portion of the main story quest throughout Greatcleave and Eden Grove has been revamped. Eden Grove is now a capturable territory. Some POIs have been updated and some new ones have been added. Every regular dungeon run is now easier and referred to as a story mode, and the mutated dungeons have been condensed into just 3 mutations, with the new M3 being a bit harder than the previous M10. Wards and Bane perks have been removed from the game, so you no longer need enemy type specific gear sets, but instead you'll need a ward potion and a coating. There's a new tier at the faction shop which offers 2 new items that are very important for crafting. The Chromatic Seal, with which you can choose 2 perks when crafting a gear score 700 item, and the Azoth Inductor, which allows you to choose all 3 of your perks on your item. Or in other words, you can craft the exact item that you want. Let's take a look at the new PvP content. Oh, right, influence races now happen in fixed time slots, where you fight over 3 different capture points in a territory. While this is definitely an upgrade from just running faction PvP missions, you can tell how much effort went into this by looking at this control point. Wow. Combat changes. With level 65 gear score 700 and the new tier of buff food, you'll end up at 600 attribute points. There are new attribute threshold bonuses at 25 and 350 attribute points, and a few of the old ones have been changed. Medium and heavy dodges feel a lot smoother now, as they don't slow you down as much anymore. The equip load based delay on when your character can sprint again after being hit has been reduced on medium and light. Resilient has been removed from the game, and instead you'll get a crit damage reduction based on your equip load. Self-healing and potions in PvP have been nerfed dramatically. You will have more HP, but be able to heal less, which will make healers on your team even more important than they already were. Some of the ranged weapons will deal more damage in PvE and a little less damage in PvP. The musket is no longer hit scan, bullets penetrate on default, and glass cannon bills will hit like a truck with the extra attribute points. A lot of perks have been adjusted, some perks have been removed, and some new perks have been added. With that many changes coming to perks, but also extra attribute points, artifacts, equip load changes, and a new weapon, there is absolutely no way things will be balanced. So from the PTR to the launch of the expansion, and also within the first months after the launch, there will be a lot of adjustments. And then finally, a quick look at the Season Pass. The free track has 2 artifacts, which may be an incentive to finish it this time, and the premium track's highlight is a mount skin.
What will happen in OPR War with the new level ranges? Will people who didn't buy the expansion be screwed?
Screwed's a hard word.
Because you'll be absolutely f***ed.